What's cozy, everybody? Oh my gosh, it's 2022. Hey, jig with me, jig with me. Hey, jig with me, jig with me. Hey, jig with me, jig with me. Hey, get it, get it, get it, get it. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, sorry, I ran out of breath. How is everybody doing? Oh my gosh. It's welcome to the Holla Ji podcast. I still don't have a theme, but Holla Ji podcast, Holla Ji podcast, Holla Ji podcast, Holla Ji, Holla Ji, Holla Ji podcast. Holla Ji podcast. Holla Ji podcast. What? Holla Ji podcast. How is everybody doing? Oh my gosh. Hello, all my YouTube viewers. Hello, everybody listening to me on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music. Well, we ain't there yet. I'm still plotting. What else do I want to say? Who else are we on? Amazon. If you hear me on Anchor, you hear me right there. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I'm Jiayre. I am the beautiful, sexy, sophisticated, what's else? Classy, ratchet. Cause I'm ratchet. Classy. Yeah. Oh, it's already 2023. We acting a fool. So how is everybody doing? Welcome to the first episode of 2023, which is episode 9 of season 1. I can't believe we're here. I started all the way in August or October. I mean, lies. It was October. And I'm here in January, still doing with this, still doing it, and still loving it. So let's get the formalities out the way. Again, I'm Jiayre. How y'all doing? Welcome, and I'm glad to see you guys. I can't see y'all. I'm glad for y'all to hear my voice, okay? If you're on my YouTube right now, hello. Please, if you like this video, you can comment, like, and subscribe, and share this with your cousins, your aunties, your mama, your daddy, all their siblings, and just get me out there, okay? Also, if you want to follow me on all my social medias, which is really, honestly, Instagram and Twitter. I need to start getting more active on there. But let me tell you something. I've really been doing this social media cleanse. So I haven't been really on it like I want to. Unless I'm like DMing a friend. Other than that, I don't really scroll on there like I do or used to. But it's okay. You can follow me on Mr. with 2Rs_expressions. Also, if you are, again, on YouTube, you can click down in the description box below and see everything. Like, I mean, all my links, my affiliated links, my second channel, which is really for my spiritual people. So don't worry about that. If you're not spiritual, you're just here to hear my voice and hear about what I got to do about pop culture, other music, and what I do. It's okay. But down there is my music, my other social media platforms, like where you can listen to this podcast on the audio, where you can play it back later, and all of the things down in the description box below. So what's up, my listeners on Spotify and on my streaming platforms? If you are listening to this right now, go ahead and like it. Go ahead and share this on your Snaps, your Instagrams, your Facebooks, all the things, and get me out there, y'all. I'm so appreciative. I'm so grateful for everybody watching me on YouTube and listening to me. So let's just get into it today. We already about 3 minutes in. Let's just get into it. I just want to start with something lighthearted. If you can see the title, you know what I'm about to talk about. And let me just type this out while I'm talking to y'all. Yeah, it's 2023, and I'm very excited, actually. I'm very, very excited. And this is going to be a great year for me, because this year I will be having guests. Sometime my goal is to start having guests in the good old, like, starting in the springtime. And I think I'm trying to figure out the best way. I don't know if I'm going to do like a video call where I'm like the Zoom in situations, I'm FaceTiming. It's honestly, I don't know where and how I want to do it just yet. I have to do some more research. And that is actually going to be the best thing about this year, is that I'm finally going to be networking. And this is going to be something I've been really nervous about, something that I've been really hesitant on, because I don't really. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to say that I'm not a social person, because I am. I have very much personality. I would not be doing this if I did not have personality whatsoever. But I've been the type to be like, I need to do this by myself. I need to do this, and the only one in my mind is literally like, the only one that's going to do this is me. And I'm not really good at like trying to reach out and networking. It's not like that I'm scared of no. I'm not scared of rejection when it comes to that. Rejection is God's protection, so I believe that 100%. It's just like, it's not that am I ready for it. It's the fact that I have to ask. I know, but like, I'm sorry, I had to drink some water. That was good. It was cold. It's a little hot / chilly. I got my window open. I even got my new fan clock over here. But with this, it's just, I'm not even going to make no excuse about it. I'm going to start networking more this year. Like, really reach out to people, find the right connections. I may not have all the funds, because right now I'm really trying to save up to literally like move out, get my own upgrade to the car, and just like have my own space. So, I really will start doing that and getting on to business. It's time I get down to business, making sure my brand is very much golden and untouchable. So that's really what I want to start off in saying, that there's so much more changing happening to 2023 for this podcast, and it's just, I'm very excited. I just can't hold it in. I'm very, very excited, and I can't help it. So let's get into, let's get into the first part of this podcast, which is just little fun of mine. I was like, I need to do something fun to start it off before I get serious. Because, if you see the title, we about to get into some mess. Well, not really some mess, but we're going to get into it. Let's talk about some fun. Let's line this situation up. So I'm going to be honest, I'm a nerd. Yes, ma'ams. Yes, sirs. Yes, everybody. I'm a nerd. I can't help it. And, I'm a nerd that is in a definition of being called a weeaboo. You asked what a weeaboo is. I have it right here. The definition of a weeaboo. It's a fandom slang. A person who is obsessively interested in anime and or manga. Okay, yes, I am. Okay, I'm not even gonna like beat around the bush. I'm just gonna go right through it. I do like me a good anime. That's not what I all watch, because I do watch Power. I do watch BMF. I do watch all them like real time dramas that's fictional. But when on my free time, I do watch me some good anime. I can't lie, some good anime. And sometimes I really like. The thing with me is when I watch anime, I tend to fall asleep watching it. So at night I really do be doing it. So I do gotta say that. So when I do, just know. If I'm saying I'm laying down watching anime, I'm about to go to bed. I'm trying to think, what was my first anime I've ever watched? No. And I think it was it Inuyasha? I think it was Inuyasha, because if I'm not mistaken, my aunt, she actually went to Japan for school one time. And, she's a big anime fan as well. Oh, shoot. Oh, child, I'm hot. Let's turn this fan over her. And I remember her having this whole Inuyasha DVD collection. But, it was in sub, so it was only in Japanese. It was subbed. And I just remember watching it. I think that was my first anime that I ever got into, was Inuyasha, which is actually a lot of people's first animes. And, I can't blame you. That's one of the most accessible. It's actually one of the most popular. Some people don't even like the anime. I mean, it's cool. When I first watched it, I was so into it. Oh my God. But over time, I started to gain my own taste. I started watching the Pokemon anime. Fun fact. Pokemon was actually my first Nintendo DS game. So when I tell you I'm a nerd hardcore like that, I still play the Pokemon video games. Do I watch the anime? No. But playing the game is like an inner child healing, and like a guilty pleasure of mine to like calm me down, like really just being that RPG type of game. And it's so entertaining and fun. And I do not have no shame in it. I will confess to everybody that I play Pokemon as a video game. You can't tell me there's grown-ass man older than me doing it. And making money off of it on YouTube. Play with me if you want to. Okay? So I'm not no shame of it. I'm definitely a weeb. And I remember that. Because then I got started to get Pokemon. And like, so this is like, I'm about to date myself a little bit. So when VHSs were still around. And people used it constantly, and then you had to use it to like record stuff from your TV onto the VHS. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Like my 90s kids, my 90s babies and up. And I remember just recording all of my Pokemon things on the animes on that, like the first season, like the very first season when Ash got Pikachu. This is to all my weeaboos who are listening right now. So if you're not a little anime fan, or you don't want to listen to me talk, then just like just fast forward and you'll get to it. But if you just want to listen to me talk, just say, hey, how you doing? Just get you some popcorn, get you a drink of water like I'm about to sip right now. And get your life. Now let me look at my notes real quick. Because I didn't know how much it entertained me to watch cartoons fight. Because then, well, anime fights. It is animated, but it's anime. So it's not really like a cartoon, but it's a cartoon. It's in so many categories that you can't really explain it. And so other shows that I got into at the time was Dragon Ball Z. Now, Dragon Ball Z was on, I started watching that when Cartoon Network was still popping and good and had shows that made sense to me. And it was on after 9 o'clock. And this is when Cartoon Network was channel 29. And I think it was like Toonami. I think that's what it was. It was like, if you remember this on YouTube, please comment below. If you remember this. If you remember, like, at 9 o'clock on Cartoon Network, there would be, like, this, it would usually be, like, Fridays, and, the Cartoon Network would shift into, like, this spacecraft, and have this, like, space dude, and, like, hey, we will be back, and now we are watching Dragon Ball Z Kai. Something like that. I hope I'm not the only one who is remembering this, because I used to live for that 1,000%. So I really hope I'm not the only one that remember this, because that was a great time for me when you discovered anime. Like Samurai Jack was on that time as well. I count Samurai Jack as an anime. I'm sorry. Even though, yes, it was on Cartoon Network, I count it as an anime. Sue me if you want to. But I think that it was, I hope I'm not the only one remembering this. Because I remember when Nickelodeon had like their Nick at Night, this is when George Lopez would come on. But we ain't on no George Lopez. We'll discuss that because George Lopez is hilarious. Oh, Jesus. Ew. I'm definitely going to cut that out the audio. I just coughed and that was disgusting. Yeah, but back to my Weeaboo statements. So, because the thing is, no, I lied. Y'all, I'm sitting here looking at my notes. I literally wrote, honestly, my first anime was Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just going to be honest. My first anime was Yu-Gi-Oh! This is when I started collecting the cards more. I had a collection of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. And I never really, I should have went to the tournaments, honestly. I should have went to the tournaments. And like I remember when I was little, my dad had brought me to like these game shops. And I remember we were moving at the time and I couldn't find my cards. And I was so mad I couldn't find them cards. Because I'm like, really? Like, I could have really been doing the shop things. And I was so mad because I could only find a little bit. But, back to what I was saying about Yu-Gi-Oh! Being my first anime. Because I specifically remember I had 4 copies of, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie that they made. And I remember being at one time at Christmas over my grandpa's. I was like, oh my God, this is my 4th time getting this movie. And my aunt was like, you have another one? I said, yeah. That movie I had for days. And once one stopped working at the DVD, I would replace it with the next one. And so I'm not really, it was just, I had the backups after backups after backups. So I'm not mad at it. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime now, I honestly stopped watching after 5Ds because in my personal opinion, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds were the best 2 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! That they've made by far. The rest, they're making new ones. But like, I mean, I watch them, don't get me wrong. But it's just like, y'all okay. I get it. Cute. Like, yeah, nah, y'all could do better. But like, y'all not going to beat the OGs. You know what I mean? And so that's when I was like literally introduced to like anime, was through Yu-Gi-Oh! And thought that anime was only that. And then next thing you know, Inuyasha came about, Samurai Jack. What other animes did I watch when I was younger? I can't really recall. I can't really recall what others, but I did watch a couple. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Was definitely a specific one that I watched because I remember going to a Columbus library and picking up like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows, like episode DVDs, and continue watching them. The first season was so long and drug out. I cannot believe I did not realize this as a kid. But then again, I was just focusing on how it was a cartoon and how I constantly watched it and how constantly was to just be in this creative space and just be happy. And so it was everything. I ain't gonna lie. It was everything growing up. I really need to do, maybe that's what my inner child needs, y'all. So watch some old animes like I did back in the day and just enjoy them. Just, it is on Netflix, so I could watch it. But I will say this. I just recently watched the anime that I'm giving literally 4.5 stars. Because honestly, do I believe in perfect scores? Yes. But there was just something that was missing from this show, which was really cool. Which was called it was called The Mr. Stone. It was an anime on Funimation that I watched. And basically, it was literally that this virus literally turned everyone on Earth into stones. And then like thousands upon thousands of years went by and they went back to the Stone Ages. And so this scientist was introducing all these caveman people who was either unturned from stones or these people that were created after the virus was made. And he was literally teaching them how to use science to create technology and all this. And it was basically like them, the sciences, the people who use science versus the caveman people, fight to the finish. They were going back and forth. That anime was actually interesting because it really was like it was like a science class. Because a lot of the episodes, like they were making metals, electronics, mobiles, and all this stuff, and explaining what the materials were, like what are these equations, how does this mix with this create this. It was educational, I won't lie. I had a great time watching it, but did I really want to be educated like that? No, of course I didn't. But I still watched it. So I'm not gonna be like knocking on it because it was a great anime. I couldn't stop watching it while I was doing extra stuff, and I was like, oh, let me go back and watch this. But if you ever get into anime or you want to get into anime, Funimation is a great app. Crunchyroll is a great app. They have anime literally on a lot of apps. Like you can watch it some free on YouTube. There's some on Netflix. They literally have like an anime section on Netflix. Hulu as well. They do have an anime section as well. If you want to get into animes. Personally, do you want a recommendation? I do recommend Mr. Stone, which is on the Funimation app. If you want to get into another anime, My Hero Academia, that is a great anime. I'm actually loving the new season. I think this is season 5. And let me tell you something. I love this show, and it's such a great season. As much as it's an emotional roller coaster at the moment to be a fan from literally the first season and just seeing what's happening in season 5 is such a... man, it brings the tears out of me. Literally, I cried. And it's just, I love the show so much, and I know it's going to have to end because a lot of animes, I realize, they follow the pattern from the manga that was before them. Some animes are made before their manga, but majority of it is made from manga to animation. So that's really that's how that happens. Anything else before I start freeloading? Let me just say this. How I got the word weeaboo. So how I got the word weeaboo was actually junior year of high school. And I was in this video game design class. And I actually had a good time. I was there my junior and senior year. I had a great time. And so while doing that, there was a lot of nerds in this class. There was a lot of nerds. Shout out to Mr. Kurtz. Mr. Kurtz, if you ever see this, shout out to you, man. I miss you. Great teacher. He probably won't see this for a while, but and there was this, and I think, was it him that was like, you guys are a bunch of weebs? Or was it somebody, a student in there? Somebody introduced me to the word weebs, and that was my introduction to be and know that I was a weeaboo. Because I literally sat there and was like, I'm a weeb? And then I really like a year later, I looked up what a weeaboo was, and I'm like, I'm a weeaboo. Yeah, I'm obsessive. I love reading manga. Sorry, I'm jumping my words there. I love reading mangas and I love watching anime. So it's just like, I can't help it. It's so entertaining. And then, my mom actually got me my mom got me a hoodie one year for Christmas that had anime on it, which is dope. So I'm glad she realized that I'm a grown man watching anime. But at least, I'm not as much as, what's the word? I'm hyper imaginative. My brain is, what is that word? I forgot. I hope that's what it is. Like hyper imaginative. I think that's what it was. Like my brain is like super imaginative. So, like when I see something, it's like, oh, I'm jumping in my own fantasy in that world. How am I doing this? I'm glad I'm more grounded than that, because I used to not be. I used to really like take my imagination to a whole nother level where I would like literally like look crazy and play with myself and talk to myself outside and like when I was in my Yu-Gi-Oh watching phase, I would literally pretend like I had one of those dueling things. I forgot what they're called. Where they held the cards in. I forgot what those called. A dual disc. A dual disc. That's what it was. A dual disc. And then I pretend I had a dual disc and I was pulling cards out. I remember that. Middle school and elementary school was such a trip for me. And then I remember these two girls came up to me and said, "We saw you talking to yourself." And I was just like, huh. I was just embarrassed. But that's how, honestly, I'm going to say antisocial I was. Do I blame anime? No, because that was just me. I was quiet at the time when I was introduced to it. So it gave me a whole nother ballpark to explore my imagination in. So I'm very grateful, because I'm very much, that definitely made my imagination just explode. So, but I'm glad I'm at a point where I'm grounded and I'm not just doing that all day, and I'm actually communicating with people. And then like literally, then I found people who actually like anime too. Like me and my friend Ro were literally making a list of shows we gotta watch, which I don't know when the hell we gonna watch them or what platform to watch, because she's in Texas, I'm all the way still in Ohio, so we can't really watch them together like we used to in college. Because Fruit Basket, because me and my friend Ro, we watched Fruit Baskets. We got together, even though the reboot that last season was trash. Oh my gosh, terrible. How could the first two seasons be good but the last season be so terrible? Like, come on now. A lot of it was so hypocritical. A lot of it didn't make no sense. A lot of it just didn't. 1 + 1 was equal to 2,567.3 and a half. It just didn't make no sense to me. And so I do miss that. We do have to schedule a day. And how are we gonna watch this? Because we FaceTime on our iPads here, and I don't know what platform we're gonna be watching it on. So yeah. So we have to figure that out. We have to figure that out very, very, very soon. And so, yeah, we'll get there. What else do I want to talk about? Because I'll probably talk about anime further. I'm trying to figure out what other animes. Oh, Naruto. That's a common anime that people get into. Either anime, I said anime, child. Eat the cake, anime. It's either Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. Either you talk about a fighting space person, alien, or a fighting ninja. Like, those main two are how people get into animes, which honestly, I'm not mad about it. They're actually really good first animes. They're just very long. Oh my gosh, because then Naruto got Naruto Shippuden, which is like a spinoff, but it's actually just him older. And then they got Boruto, which is a story of Naruto's son, which I still need to watch because I started watching the English dubbed, but I need to continue watching the English dubbed. I can't go from English dubbed, to watching an anime in English dubbed to sub. That's so... I know. Even though, yes, when I watch I do have subtitles on the screen because, you know, for some reason, subtitles help me hear better for some reason. Don't ask. But I do need to check Hulu and see if they got that because I definitely want that for me. Anyway, and what others? Naruto was one. That's just a very long series, like very, very long. There's so many filler episodes. It's just you lose track. So I say read the description if you get into Naruto to make sure that it's not filler track, or look up on the internet because the show has been out for a long time which episodes are fillers and which episodes should you watch to progress the story. Because old school animes like that, they do tend to run long. So that's just what it is. I'm trying to think what else. Samurai Jack, like I said, Samurai Jack is definitely a good show. You can find that on, if you have HBO Max or go to Cartoon Network, Samurai Jack's, I rewatched it. I'm gonna tell you right now, my favorite episode of Samurai Jack is the rave episode. It's when they had little pacifiers, little weird hats and all gloves, and they would be hypnotized with rave music. I love that episode because I remember, oh gosh, I'm dating, like I'm not that old. I'm literally 24, so I'm not dating myself. But I remember when CartoonNetwork.com was a thing, and you used to be able to play the game when after the episode went out. So it would be like I miss those days so much. I don't think, do they still have CartoonNetwork.com? Let me look it up. CartoonNetwork.com. Because if they do, they still do. Oh, they still do. I'm surprised. But okay. Yeah. So it only has, it does have games still. Okay, it does have games. Okay, I was about to say, I hope it still has games. It does still have games. It has the episodes and then the games. Okay, I just had to make sure because even though the games nowadays, I remember the Teen Titan games. Do you guys consider Teen Titan to be an anime? I kind of do. The way the art style is. I mean the old Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go. No. I'm talking about the good, the retro, the old, not the old school, but the classic Teen Titans, like the one that Cartoon Network and all this. I rewatch that every chance I get on HBO Max. So that's such a great episode. I'll say episode. That's such a great show. I don't know. So if you're on YouTube and you have any anime suggestions, let me know. And if you're listening to it on Spotify and all my streaming platforms, go to my YouTube and comment below which anime you're into and should I watch it? Because I love having anime suggestions and I'm not scared to watch anything. So bring it on. Because the next show I need to watch is Spy Family, which I heard is good. I heard they just ended season 1, but I do need to watch Spy Family, so that's definitely what I need to watch. And so we're at 27 minutes, so I'm actually going to take a quick break real quick. Let me get some drink of water, and then I'll be back for part 2. But while we're here, don't y'all need a planner? Do y'all need bonnets, a do-rag, scrunchies, bracelets, anklets, necklaces? Do y'all want that? Because I do have a business shout out next that will get y'all right. Because I promise you, their planner I use on a daily. So let me just introduce you to this shop, period. And I'm friends with the owner, period. Girl, if you want to give me a promo code, holla at me, girl. I could get, let's make some money together, girl. Let's make it. But anyway, watch this business shout out, y'all. I'll be back. Let me introduce you to Aesthetic Accessories now. I may not be sponsored. I mean, if they want to sponsor me, they can. But this is a business shout out, okay? If you want to look good, have your hair rubbed, look at all the options. Do-rags, bonnets, necklace, scrunchies. They even have planners for your weekly. They even have shades to make your eyes look good, to make the outfit complete. And look at them prices. Wholesales and everything. You just can't beat something like this. So why don't you check them out their website, okay? Ooh, they even sell lip gloss. I got me a couple of them too. Go ahead and follow their Instagram. You see they posting consistently, okay? Check out their TikTok too. Aesthetic Accessory Shop, okay? Just go ahead and follow them because I know the owner, Dr. Shady, I should say, that she just loves to have giveaways when she reaches a certain following. So go ahead and just follow her. Tell your friends. She loves giving stuff away to improve her business, and it's such, I love it. From the planners to the sets. Look at the matching sets. Look at the visuals. Come on now, you can't beat nothing like this. Look at all this. I should have liked all the pictures, but it's fine like that. I'm just here and the bonnets. Let me tell you something about these large, and it's hand salt. See, I'm just stuttering over my words. I forget that she do all this stuff. Look at the owner. Bad bitch, period. Anyway, but you guys should go to Aesthetic Accessories and go get you some. And we back, 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 So I decided to wear something comfortable today, like a black beater. I got like these silver shorts on, and like mixed match socks. Like, look at this. Like, this is what I'm really wearing today because I'm feeling comfortable. And then like wearing this halo scarf thing, which I love. Love doing this style. I need to get more scarves, by the way, so I can wear this more. All right. So let's get on like a kind of serious note for this next one, because I do want to talk. I'm only going to talk about this briefly. I'm not talking about it a lot, but I'm going to talk about how, personally, my views on this Megan versus Tory trial, even though, yes, they come to a conclusion that he's going to jail for 20 plus years. And you know what? It is what it is. I really don't have any bets in this situation. I don't have any dogs in this fight. I'm just watching. I personally got tired of this trial. Even though, yes, COVID happened, this trial would have been over with back before COVID. But you know what? It's whatever. It took 2 whole years to really get to, even though technically 1, but technically it felt like 2. But yeah, so he's going to jail, and it was just that. Like when he got announced he went to jail, everybody on Snapchat, Instagram celebrating, going at him, going at her, saying he's in jail. This big old melon knuckle, whatever they called him, was going to jail. She's still a liar, this, that. I get it, and I get it, especially with the evidence that we were brought to it, and then everything adding up. Yes, did all 3 of them lie? Yes. Did they lie out of consciousness? I'm going to say yes. Because, yes, let's just say yes. Even though that whole situation was just a drunk night that went straight left. That's just really what it was. They were first having a good time, and then all hell broke loose. Shit, Kelsey and Megan were fighting. And then Tory and Kelsey, was it Kelsey? I'm pretty sure it was Kelsey, because they said 2 people. It was a man and it was Tory and another woman. I'm pretty sure it was Kelsey shooting in the air, and then Megan got shot, ended up getting shot in her foot, which honestly was the turning point of this whole situation. The only reason why they got everything went against Tory in that situation was because Megan, at the end of the day, got injured. As much as she did lie, as much as there was holes in her story, as long as there was holes in all 3 of their stories, she was still the victim, because she was the only one that left with bloody foot and bullet in her foot. So that's really where, honestly, I think that's really where everything went left for Tory, for him to go to jail. That's really what I think happened. That's really why. I don't keep up with it now because it's over with. I'm tired. I'm done. But did Kelsey get her ass in jail too? Because I don't like Kelsey. I'm be honest with you. I don't like Kelsey. Did she? Can somebody please tell me what happened with her? Because I feel like she got off a little too easy, in my opinion. Is my camera still recording? I don't like Kelsey. Kelsey's ass should be locked up too. Did y'all see that meme when she was? The Family Guy meme when she was with Lotus. When Lois was washing dishes and then the police sirens came up and she put the dishes down. Like the Janae Aiko video. I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you, but I want you. It's my song right there. But I haven't listened to that Toxic song in a minute. But like that they were like, Kelsey, like, so is she getting her penalty too? Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't she shoot 2 in the air? So for the bullet that hit Megan, for Tory to go to jail. I know Megan pressed charges against Tory, but I just want to know what Kelsey is doing, because she need to get locked up for a couple years too. Okay, because at this point, was it Tory's bullets that hit her, or was it because? So I said I'll keep this brief, which I'm going to keep it brief. It's only been 3 minutes. Because didn't they say, or was this just the blogs saying rumors that there weren't no gun residue on Tory's hands? But didn't the neighbor of Kylie's have a video of them? So I just want to know who lied, who in the autopsy or whatever it's called. I think it is the autopsy. Who in the autopsy lied or paid to get lied and all these other things. Because this trial was a hot mess. And I wish, honestly, I'm going to be real with you, I wish they would have put this live on TV. I would have honestly loved this. Even though, yes, they had lawyers doing recaps, they had lawyers doing this, had lawyers doing that. I wish that they would have put this on TV. I would have loved to see the expressions. I would have loved to hear what really happened. I would have loved to hear the evidence. I would have loved to hear what everybody else in that trial was hearing. Because I would have lived. Oh, because at this point, you can't really pay for this entertainment. Like, the entertainment business is so... and it's so crazy because my career is in it. My career's in it. I'm doing this for entertainment, but really, I'm entertaining y'all. I'm making music for the general everything public. Ooh, I can't wait to release that, by the way, this year. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Well, you probably can because I do have like titles on here in my track list and like themes up here. You probably can't see that, but I do have, I'm working on my own project right now. Just a side note. But back to this brief mention with these two. I want to say this because I'm done recapping. Y'all can look up everything that happened up in the news, websites, blogs, lawyers. You can do all that. But here's my thing about this. Everybody is happy that Tory is literally going to jail. I'm going to be honest. I don't think this is really going to change it will change his lifestyle. But can y'all be honest and actually see how dudes in jail are really living their best life? I don't know how women are, but I think women kind of get the same. Well, I don't know, because I don't really see a lot of women in jail posting like on Snapchat. But I literally was scrolling through Snapchat the other day, and this dude posted a picture or video of him and like the group of dudes that were in jail when he was in jail. So I'm sitting here like, they got all this freedom in jail? Like, they can post all this. I saw on Twitter that some of these jailmates got OnlyFans, making money from jail. I mean, what they gonna do with it, I don't know. Do they allow people in jail to have their money on them ordering stuff? I don't know. I should have researched that, but I'm curious on that because, like, it's basically not even a restriction no more. You're not really being disciplined for what you did. And that's really the thing that I'm feeling, especially with Tory. He still has his money. Don't get me wrong. I know Tory still has his money. The fact is, he still has a child or children. Does he just have So, the ghetto just happened. I was actually editing my podcast video, and so I'm inserting this at a point where it cut off 15 minutes before I got done. So I apologize, y'all. So the rest of this visual will just be the rest of the audio, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry. I did not know that until I got up, and I was like, peace, y'all. Went to go turn off my phone when I was recording, and it's Mercury retrograde when I'm filming this, and the fact that it just cut off, talk about I didn't have no storage, but yet I had over 20 gigabytes of storage left. Like, come on now. Come on, I cannot wait for this dang old retro and Gatorade to be over with. But it is what it is. I'll make it work. I'm glad I got all the audio. So you know what? I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the audio. I apologize. I wanted this video to be fully visual. But guess it didn't happen. So see y'all next time. I know Tory still has his money. The fact is he still has a child or children. Does he just have a son? Because I know he brought his son to the trial. Is that his only child? Or does he have more? I should have looked that up again, but I don't really care. The reason why I'm saying this is because I give it a year and a half. I'm not even going to lie. I give it a year and a half until Tory drops a whole album from jail. This man will be like Lucius from Empire and release a track. You ain't nothing but a snitch, bitch. Snitching ass bitch. Hey, snitch, bitch. Snitching ass bitch. And you know it. Hey, and you know it. I promise you, he's going to drop music while he's in jail. Isn't YMW doing that too? YMW Millie doing that? But I promise you, Tory's going to release a whole music videos. He's going to be signing artists in jail. Like, it's like the only restriction Tory's going to have is less traveling to all these decked out luxury places and touring for people. Like, that's the only restriction that Tory's really going to have. Everything else, I promise you, within the next year and a half, I promise you, he's going to be like Lucius and start recording music again and dropping it and still making streams, making money on the side until he gets out. Like, I promise you, like, jail nowadays is honestly just the only restrictions that you can't really travel. Everything else, you can have cell phones in jail at certain times, I believe. I think there's a time zone, a time limit, I think. But then again, I don't know jail. I don't know jail. I know a lot of people are getting like the holy treatment, like whole flat screen TVs. I already know that they can have TVs in jail. They can have those little ones, like, you know, I know good behavior do exist. They do get, I know that they do get rewarded, especially with some of my family members who have been in jail and now are out of jail, and they had a lot of luxuries. And I know they had, like, not luxuries, but privileges. But, like, especially with him, he's going to have a lot of privileges. Oh, my gosh. There's going to be a lot of privileges, especially because I'm already knowing that most of those dudes to the jail that he's going to was on his side from the get-go and is on his side like, oh, bruh, she lied on you and da-da-da-da this, whatever, she should never did, what about this? Like, I promise you, he's going to be in jail with dudes who was on his side during this case the whole time. So honestly, this dude is going to be just fine in jail. Yes, he's in jail. He's away from his family. Yes, that's the really the negative about it. But everything else, he's going to be fine. People think just because he's behind bars and just because he's literally going to be locked up and they won't let him out for the next 20 something years, he's going to be fine. But I promise you, give this dude time. He's going to be back streaming while he's in jail, and everybody going to be on Twitter, on TikTok, talking about, ain't you in jail? Why are you releasing music? This. I'm telling y'all now. This is exactly what's going to happen. And it's not even going to be old music he's dropping. It's going to be new music he made in jail. And I wouldn't even be surprised if they go to jail and they interview him. Like they do, like they do on the Breakfast Club. Like he literally on like the video chat with them. You know, it was justice served. Yes, you can say it was. But at the end of the day, there's so much privilege being given in jail that it doesn't even feel like jail. It feels like that you literally at home. You just not going out. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that's all I'm going to say on the trial. And I just wanted to get that out there because I literally was thinking about that. I'm like, this man literally is about to have a lot of freedom in jail just for who he is, because people in jail most likely listen to him. Most likely are his fans, and most likely are just going to be his ride or dies no matter what. So, yeah, that's what a lot of rappers do. I got to say that right now. That's what a lot of male rappers do. So that was a good, little 10 minutes here. Because that was 10 minutes. I didn't mean to do that for that 10 minutes. We have 40 minutes already in this podcast. But let's just move on to another lighter note. So, for this podcast, should I do a green screen? Because then I'll have to really reset up some things around my little space I have now. But I got a green screen for the holidays. My YouTube will see this. I don't know, Spotify, y'all won't be able to, but I got a little green screen. I'm sorry, people, to listen to me on Amazon Music. I'm so sorry. I do all my streaming platform listeners who are just listening to me. I apologize. I'm just mentioning Spotify. That's how I listen to my podcast and my audiobooks. And that's just how I do it. I apologize. I want to give credit to everybody who listens to me on any platform. You are no less than any other. You are all great and special. So thank you. And I just wanted to apologize. But I do have a green screen, which I'm trying to figure out, like, how should I use it on my podcast? Like, should I really do? I think I want to, but I got to figure out this setup here and what's the best way for me to, operate this green screen. I got to fold this back up. I don't know. But because now I know everybody, because I really want to do, like, I ain't gonna cap, I do want to do like reaction videos on my YouTube channel. I may use the green screen. What am I going to be reacting to? I do want to react to like dance videos. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I've been really into like the college dance team, majorette teams. Like the JSU J-Sets, the ASU Stingettes, the Dazzling Divas, the Southern University Fabulous Dancing Dolls, the Golden Girls of Alcorn, the Motion of the Ocean Dance Team, the Dazzlers. Like a lot of them. I'm literally about to get it started into reacting to those because I love dance. That's one thing I do, and you can't. And I promise you that is one thing about me that I do, and I do dance. So on my channel, I do have a couple of dance videos, like a throwback dance videos. I need to get back to dancing. The way this body yardie getting together, I ain't gonna be surprised. I'm about to be dancing soon. But yes, I do want to start reacting. But the green screen, I'm trying to figure out the best way I can do to do this podcast with the green screen, especially visually. That's definitely going to be the step up. But I think I like this little homey vibe here, and I may just use that for other endeavors. So I'm trying to figure out what else did I want to talk about, because there was some other stuff. Because I was like, what is your New Year's resolution? Like, what is y'all plans this New Year's? But I already did that in my Christmas Eve special that I did. So if you want me, I do want to say this right now before I end my podcast, which is not going to be ending no time soon. I get myself I'll tell you when it ends. But before I end this, I did want to say, if you want to be a guest on my podcast, to let me know. Again, I want to start doing it closer to the springtime, which I don't know. We may do video calls at first because I still need to get some more equipment. I still need to get another mic, honestly, because I do need more mics to record. And plus I need to get my laptop fixed, because right now I do have my desktop, but for transportation and then driving to people for interviews, I'm going to need a laptop. So once I get my laptop fixed, it'll be on go for me traveling. But for right now, I do need to figure out, which honestly, video calls would definitely be it. I do need to start looking like the best way to podcast on video calls. I pray that they don't say, oh, well, just use Zoom. I do not want to use Zoom. Zoom has been getting on my last nerves. I've been using it all throughout school, and I don't really want to do it. So yes, it's professional and people are using it, but I just don't like the quality sometimes. The quality can be jacked up. The quality can be okay. But honestly, that may be the best way for me to do it is Zoom. So I'm just going to have to suck it up and just do it. But I'll figure it out. If you have any suggestions on, I'm sorry. I got congested real quick. Like, that's so disgusting. I gotta take some water. Oh my gosh, it's still there. Ew. No, it's not. Okay, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna definitely have to edit that audio out. And probably edit the video out. But it's whatever. Water is good for you. Have you guys been staying hydrated? But back to what I want. If you guys know any artist, any fashion designer, any business owner, anybody, if you want me to literally just like have a podcast episode with them and just have topics to talk about, just talk about their brand and talk about how they came up from the bottom and now they're here. Like, I would love to like get to know people and just start networking. Like, that's really a goal of mine, to start networking when it comes to this. Start getting to know businesses, start getting business out there, especially with being a growing brand myself. We can help each other go from the bottom all the way to the top because we deserve it, okay? Also, I definitely want to start connecting with artists to collab more on music, start working with more producers, because I've been really producing myself a lot. And so, excuse me. And so that's really a restriction. I do have a friend, Austin, aka Scooby G. He do produce some of my tracks that I am using. But other than that, I do want to go out. I do want to connect with people. I don't want to do all the work by myself no more. I definitely realized that, even though there's nothing wrong with being self-made, that's how we actually start. What do you think I'm doing now with this podcast and everything else I'm doing? I'm starting with me before I can reach out, because honestly, that's the best way for you to get to know your limits before your limits happen. If you automatically have that help, then use it. Don't just sit there and, don't just sit there and just be like, okay, I'm automatically not going to do this. I'm going to figure it out myself. If you automatically have the help, you will learn your limitations through that help, because you guys will understand your strength and you will understand your weaknesses. So some people just can't help but to start on their own, like literally. Like I can't. Like some people just can't help it, so they just do it because why? They want to do it. They love doing it. They're not ashamed to do it. And so that's really why I'm doing this now. You have to start from somewhere before everything starts getting easy, before, I'm editing stuff by myself and then I don't have an editor yet. And so it's a lot. It's a lot handy. It's a lot dandy. But we got to start from somewhere before my millions start rolling in. I'm going to have so much money, I won't even know what to do with it. Well, yes, I will. I already have some plans with it. But then again, I won't have money to just, I don't know. I say that out loud, but I'm sitting here like, you really ain't gonna know what to do with all that money. So, honestly, y'all, I think this is gonna be it. This is actually a very short episode. I don't really have nothing else to talk about. I just wanted to have fun. I wanted this to be a little lighthearted with a little bit of seriousness and give you like an update now that we're in the energy, now that we're in the date. Now we are in here. We are now in 2023. Okay? The year that momentum is being gained so we can move forward in goals. Okay? And so I am grateful that you guys are listening, that you guys are watching me, and I just want to say 2023 is going to be amazing for you, me, and everybody else. As long as you keep your head up and keep doing what you're doing with a smile and enjoy it, you will never be bored of it. If you are on my YouTube, again, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If you are listening on all streaming platforms, just go ahead and like and share this on your social medias. Get me out there. I got goals. I have dreams, and y'all are one of my helpers. You guys are one of my greatest helps when it comes to that. So I'm grateful. I'm thankful for y'all. And I will see y'all next episode, episode 10. We are really about to be in the double digits next episode. Like, I cannot believe this. We are finna be in the double digits next episode. This is crazy. But peace out. I'll see y'all later. Mwah. Deuces.